See if this is working now. See if this looks a little bit better. Restarted the computer. So first episode we had a little trouble. Let's see how it looks. All right. Restarted the router and everything. All right. Restarted the router and everything. Uninstalled AVG. Hopefully we're not having any more issues. All right. Let's see here. I'm watching it. I'm watching to see how. Refresh it a little bit because you might be catching the last. Let me see here because. You said it's you hear double now? Hold on. Damn. Oh, let's see. Let's see. You hear double? Oh, damn. Oh, let's see. Man, y'all fucking with me, man. Hold on, man. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Abel, I'm going to have to optimize my TC. You see, my thing is, I need to learn about computers because I keep fucking with these guys over at Geek Squad, and I swear they don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, man. I mean, those guys wear a little Geek Squad shirt, and I swear they look like they just got off the bus stop, man. They just got off the bus stop. That's the thing about some of these certifications. People go in these, they go and get a CompTIA A+, and they think they know something about computers, and I'm pretty sure they don't know shit.
I swear they look like they just got off the bus stop, man.
704, you're on the air.
Keep going, man. You're doing good.
All
You're
right.
looking good, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it,
talk
Alex.
Talk about PIP.
Okay.
PIP.
We'll do, man.
PIP. Talk about PIP. All right.
That's Alex Montez. PIP. Looking at PIP, looks like it's about to blast off here, man. You got multiple day support here. Too long, actually. We've talked about PIP and the fact that this is a stock that needs to finally take off, man. And I think finally you got a situation where the bands justify, real pop here, man. A real pop. I think a real pop should be occurring here in PIP. You've got multiple day support to justify that. Bands are constricting. So it's looking good, man. Bad Scientist, call up. Let's do it again. All right, let's do it again, Bad Scientist. I went ahead and removed, people said remove that AVG. I removed the AVG, restarted the router, and restarted my computer too. So, all right. Everything's been restarted. But I'm going to go ahead and, after the show, I'm going to do that whole compression stuff that some of you guys be talking about I should do, like where you compress the whole drive. 919, Bad Scientist, you back on?
Hey, Sal, how's it going?
Good. All right, man. So we were at RGSE, Real Good Solar. I mean, this thing looks like PIP. We just discussed that. Really tight. Okay. Multiple days here of support. Actually, I'm looking at almost like a week and a half here. And they both look like they're really about to take off here, man.
Yeah, and RGSC, even though today it looks like it had a 0% gain.
Yeah, it did nothing.
Even though it did nothing, essentially, with a 2 million current volume. Mm-hmm. But that's okay. I mean, the chart looks good. We're definitely above the 4 and 8 exponential moving averages, but yep, I just wanted people to pay attention to RGSC. Okay. And then on the OTCs, quickly, CBIS.
Okay.
CBIS looks like it might be coming back.
Okay.
With a vengeance. Looks like it's had, 4 days of, just a downtrend in the last 4 days. Mm-hmm. Today was pretty good. It looked like it was going to develop those buck teeth. It actually did better today. Mm-hmm. More of like a an engulfing signal, but not quite. It didn't really engulf yesterday's candlestick, but yesterday had the hammer signal at the bottom of the chart, and today it at least gained 8%, which is peanuts for CBIS. I mean, you and everyone on this group knows that CBIS can do much better than this.
Yeah.
But it's at the bottom of the chart. So, and it looks like today's close is pretty much matching the candles from the 1st of March and the 2nd of March, where it closed at today. Pretty close to those two candles from the 1st and the 2nd. So we should expect it to get back up to maybe 10 cents. And yeah, it looks like CBIS. The same thing is actually happening with stocks like hemp.
Okay.
I know you have a love-hate relationship with
hemp. I'm in hemp now.
Oh, you are?
Oh yeah. I'm in hemp now. I'm actually down in hemp, but I mean I'm down 6% in hemp. So I'm looking to hopefully
That's not bad.
Yeah, oh no, not bad at all. And I'm looking to go long here, so we're starting to see what happens, and I'm trying to maybe get into the turnaround back to the fives, if that could ever happen here, really, within the next at least 4 or 5 months here, or 3 months preferably, 90 days or less.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and that's all I had. I just had that little piece that I had to finish off with, CBIS and hemp. But once again, you guys just remember, crack is whack, spelled WAC. It's had a good 3-day run. Boring, 10-15% gainers, but that's what you're looking at, and that's what you should be looking for. It looks like it has so much on the upside, so focus on WAC. PKD had a bit of a good day 2 days ago. Today, not so much of a good day, but look for these stocks, and what you want to look for once again is something like IMMY.
Yeah.
You look for those. When you called POTN, and I saw this thing that I declared that on Twitter as my stock of the week. I mean, this thing just continued. So what I don't know is whether you saying that this stock was good contributed to the success, or it was just, true that the stock was really good and people were just buying it. But to have a whole week where this thing was going up and looks like it's back in play, right? You mentioned it earlier.
Well, I know probably I have no doubt about that. Me talking about it had something to do with it.
Right.
It ran for a couple of days and then it started slowing down, if people remember. And then it just started taking off again. So POTN, did really well when I did the little commercial before the shows for about, a couple of days, and then it cooled off. And sure enough, though, eventually just took off when people realized what it was and how the share structure was beautiful.
So you are essentially the Bill Gates or Warren Buffett of the penny stocks, because when Sal says, no, I'm serious, when Sal says, listen, focus on this stock, you guys all better pay attention, because the guy knows what he's talking about, and just, look out for things like this. And unfortunately, I couldn't trade that stock. Yeah. Of course, on Wells Fargo, I really need to sign up for another brokerage. But when Sal says, look at this penny stock, you guys take him deadly serious. And I'm not saying he's right 100% of the time, but if you had been on POTN, he would have been right 300, 400, 500% of the time. So I appreciate that, and people need to listen to your recommendations. So I appreciate that, and with that, ta-da, good night, everyone.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, Bad Scientist, man.
Thanks, Sal. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so there's Bad Scientist. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, that's why I don't abuse my show. I don't abuse my show, and I don't allow people to come on and abuse the show. I really feel like when I get behind something, I I want it to be a stock that's going to make people money, and I really feel like, hey, this is going to make some people money, and nobody's going to get burned. But yeah, POTN is just beyond. Again, I was thinking 3 cents, 3 cents from 0.0110 where we started out. So 200% was what I was thinking to get out of it. Never in my mind would I have imagined this is a stock that could possibly now be looking to touch 7. Absolutely insane. All right, absolutely insane. Dominic Willis, yeah, USCI is. Yeah, that's the thing. USCI, I'm still not giving up on it, man. I'm still in it, man. I'm still in it. Down, but I'm still in it. All right. 702. Yeah, Dominic Willis. I saw Dominic saying I needed some more RAM, sir. You know, I got the new graphics. I mean, the new motherboard. This has got over 64 gigs of RAM in this rig now. All right, with that new motherboard I bought. Thanks to you guys. 702, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? This is Linux from the chat room, man. I'm a new trader. I just want to say thanks for all you do on your show and whatnot, man. I've learned a lot from you. And I was also wondering if you could take a quick look at DFFN. I went in on that one yesterday.
DFFN? Okay.
Yeah, Diffusion Pharmaceuticals, I believe.
All right, nice prop today. Okay, yeah. See, I wasn't looking at the NASDAQs too much today. That's a nice one today. What was going on there? What who caused that move?
Honestly, it was just like I said, I'm a new trader. This was my second trade. Honestly, my second trade. I have a real small account. I started with $10 actually.
Oh, wow!
I started with $10, man, and I'm now at 150.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
So I went in on DFFN just a little random. Wanted to get into something, so I just picked it randomly, and it was a win.
Now are you using?
But yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for all you do, man.
Not a problem. Let me ask you, what's your broker? Are you using Robinhood?
Yes, okay. I use Robinhood.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, Robinhood, yeah. Appreciate it, man. Now you're sitting on that money. Are you staying in this stock, or do you think it's going to continue? What's your sentiment?
I'm honestly, I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to see what happens tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And if it starts to go down too far, because obviously I went up pretty high. If it goes down too far, I'm going to go ahead and jump out.
Right. Now, besides
too much.
DFFN, are you looking at anything else?
No, not in particular. Not yet. I'm kind of watching the show, seeing what you guys are throwing out there.
Not a problem, man. Call back anytime, man.
All right, man. Thanks for all your input.
All right. So appreciate the call, man. Much respect. Yeah, man, congrats to that dude, man. Started off with $10. You know, I remember when I used to tell people you can start with $100. People thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy. Now with Robinhood, I mean, it's free to trade. $10, it sounds very, very feasible. I mean, you getting in, you put that money in a stock, something like this, where it opened up at $274, $10, a couple shares. I mean, with a free broker, I guess that makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, he's gonna have to. Yeah. Ricky Lindo, that's a huge move. Master 82 said POTN has no cash in the company. Well, I mean, because sometimes OTC stocks is not about fundamentals sometimes, man. There are some stocks where it is about fundamentals, and there are a lot of stocks that aren't. Sometimes it's about potential. And Master 82, I saw you earlier when we talked about your MKAU. If you guys remember, I was very, skeptical. I don't know, I'm not saying that right. About MKAU. And some of you guys believing in that stock again. Some of you guys believing in that, and they still didn't go live, right? Did they go live? Okay, they did go live. I'm looking at all right, so MKAU, Clicklea, it did go live. Full-scale launch of its video streaming services for Android, Roku. My thing is, man, I just got myself one of those Amazon Fire Sticks, bro. I can never see myself paying for TV again. As I told you guys last week, I don't even have cable. I just use the Fire Stick now. I just have the internet. That's all I pay for now. 781, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal. What's up? How are you?
Doing good, man. What you got for us?
Yeah, it's Robert here. And right now I'm looking at NASDAQ because, you know, that's what's going on today. All the NASDAQs are
Yeah,
popping.
not NASDAQ
And
yet.
I usually watch NYSE, New York Stock Exchange stocks, but they don't have anything going on today.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, right now I'm looking at KBSF.
Okay.
And I thought I liked this on the daily chart. It looks like it could pop more tomorrow. Like tomorrow, what do you think? This could run up a little bit more?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's got that same candlestick that it had from that first run back in February. I don't know if you can pull up there on your chart, but that February run started off with the same exact candlestick. So it almost looks like a Maribatsu with the candle on top, with the little wick on top. So it started off with in February it was a very similar one. So we'll see what happens in this. Bands are really tight. You're at the very top, or nearly the very top of the Bollinger Band, above the 20-day moving average. You actually were high.
You know this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is. It is near the top of the band, but this strength. If it doesn't go below, where is it at 6.5?
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't go below there, this thing could run up and go for a squeeze and go even higher.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I hope you see the similar volume tomorrow. That's the only thing, because as you can see here, that volume is well above its 2-week average. Actually, the whole month. That's the highest average you've had almost a month now in the stock since you've had volume like that. So if you can sustain the volume tomorrow, I think why not get another? I don't know about another 32%, but definitely another good day for KBSF.
Yep. So that caller who just called in with DFFN, that was a good stock too.
Yeah.
So on the top 10% here on the NASDAQ, that's all that looks good right about now. So other than that, I don't have anything else. Thank you for the show, man. I love it.
Not a problem. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man. All right. So thank you, 781, for the call. Yeah, those are. I mean, both of those stocks are going to be really good to see pre-market. I like KBSF because they had a very similar setup back in February. Same candlestick, but again, pre-market is going to tell you whether or not it's got a possibility to have the same rally. If I go back to the 10-minute chart, as you can see here, it started off in the morning. All right, so we got buying into the close, although it cooled off a little bit. Here's a 10-minute chart. A little bit of a cool off in that last candlestick, but again, pre-market, as you can see with this particular stock, it's all about the morning, man. It's all about the morning, and playing that it's kind of tough. If you don't really know what you're doing. But I do know, what's his name, Warrior Trading, and some other guys got videos specifically about how to trade those morning pops. All right, and as you can see here, for the volume, as you can see, most of it gets you in the morning. So KBSF in particular. Yeah. Bad scientist, you're funny. Yeah, man, I try not to abuse that, man. I try not to abuse that. All right. PSID, Positive ID Corp, 0002. Yeah, this is a stock that I don't know what's going on with Positive ID right now, man. This is a stock I don't know what's going on with it right now. As you can see here, it's kind of been stuck, for some time here. If you can see back in February, where it's been slowly bleeding out those sellers, and we've got to watch the stock kind of level out yet. And as you can see, it hasn't done that. It just hasn't done that yet. Although today I think was a good sign when you saw it just hang there at 0002. Okay, let's keep it moving. CBIO, that was actually the biggest gainer on the day, if I'm correct, right? I think CBIO was the biggest gainer. And again, man, there are so many things going on today. You had NASDAQ that was hot. The pennies were hot. It was just a really good day. Just a really, really good day today overall. Whether you played the pennies or you played NASDAQ. CBIO, as you can see here, again, the 10-minute chart. Beautiful setup, man. No pullback until 1050. No pullback until 1050. All right. No pullback until 1050. And beautiful, beautiful play Going into tomorrow, now you're flagging to the right with a lot of stability. That's a very good sign here. All right, bands are squeezing. So again, watch that pre-market. Although you're already up $15, I mean, but hey, we've seen stocks like Dries do very similar to that. GLBS did something like this, right? Where you went from single digits to double digits, and then you're not saying it's going to do what Dries did, but eventually it did go from $4 to $100. Not saying that CBIO is going to do that, but we've seen it before. We've seen it before. But yeah, for a stock to open up at $8 and now it'd be at 15, actually got to a high of as much as what, 1888. So that's very, very impressive. Again, very, you got to play this in the morning. In fact, you could play this pre-market too as well. You can play it pre-market too as well. And TXHD, this was one that, I always, when I saw this today, in fact, I made a comment on TXHD that you should take your profits and run on this one. I'm still, I believe in that. I believe that this is one of those stocks where you kind of got to take your profit and run. But I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong, man, because when I look at TXHD, as you can see, after a run, it's very quickly to pull back down, especially these last several, miniature runs recently. All right, the very next day it comes right back down. So not saying that this is going to do that. Not saying that this is going to do that, but that's what we've seen the stock do. All right, that's what we've seen the stock do. You had back in early March, you had here's a 2-day, then it was down to third. Let me see here. As you can see, it doesn't really maintain highs very, very well. But we'll see what TXHD does, man. We'll definitely see what it does. All right. Again, I'm all about USRM and some of these other ones that are doing really, really good right now. But I hope to be proven wrong with this one. What's up, Bovash? ZSAN up 10%. 18 cents. Okay. Let me see here. All right. Right now, the 8 exponential here on the daily chart is still above the 4, which is really interesting. As you can see here, the red is still above. That's the 8, still above. But you did have a good candlestick there today. All right, you did have that candlestick today. You had the doji yesterday, bullish confirmation today, so that's a good sign. And this biotech therapeutic drug company. All right, here's the daily chart. All right, and right now you're trying to fight for that 20-day moving average at 210. So you're working it. You're working it. Yeah. You're working it here on the daily. Looks like maybe on the 10-minute you're above it. Okay, so all right, so here's the situation where it looks like ZSAN at the end of the day started really getting things going at the end of the day. So some news must have came out there, right, Bovash? Looking real nice there. Let me see here. And yes, well above, as you see here. Okay, bouncing off that 50. I see where you're talking about there. All right, came to that 50, bounced off of it. And real nice play there on CSAN. Nice play there. TRTC, marijuana play. TRTC, marijuana play. Okay, so again, that's another one where you had heavy buying in the end of the day. That's a huge volume bar there at the end of the day. At the close. Very suspicious when you see something like that. Somebody knows about some news that they didn't want anybody else to get any ideas about going into the stock late heavy. So that'll be one to watch. TRTC. Yeah, marijuana hasn't been anybody's friend lately, but it's working its way back higher. If you guys remember, early March was a disaster for marijuana. Late February, early March was a disaster. But they're slowly kind of working their way. You're seeing Higher lows here, slowly working their way higher. Slowly working their way higher. MSRT, what's up, J Bino? Very similar chart, MSRT to TRTC. Very similar chart. Here's MSRT. Let's go back to the daily. Let's go back to the daily here. As you can see here, this is 2017. And as I pointed out early, let me get rid of some of these lines here. Yeah, get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Confuse some of you guys. We had a really tough late February, early March, but many of these are recovering now. And Mass Roots is one of them. Got to as low as 76 cents. Now you're up to 90 cents a share in Mass Roots. Not bad. All right, not bad. Here on the daily chart, that was your buy entry right here. Was at 81 cents on March 15th. And you're still above the 4 and 8 exponential moving average. All right, so still stay in the trade there on Mass Roots, which, by the way, has very good share structure. Very good share structure. SIPC. And J Bino, you said there was an email sent out on Mass Roots? There was an email sent out on Mass Roots? I wasn't aware of that. Okay, that's what's up. We're going to be looking forward to that. SIPC is the ticker on the screen now. 33% gain at 3 cents a share. Ooh, okay. This is another one that's had a very impressive week. Started off at a penny. What was that? When was this? March 17th. All right. It's almost, almost 10, 11, 12 days now. So almost actually a week and a half, 2 weeks. March 17th, you were at a penny, and now you're at 3 cents a share for almost 200% gain in SIPC, SIP Industries. I do remember somebody bringing this up. Who brought this up, SIPC? Somebody brought this up, too, as well. Somebody brought SIPC on the show. I can't remember, but I do remember this isn't the first time I've brought this up. Almost 1 million users now in MSRT, El Yeti. Users in what? You mean users of their products? You said they bought an oil company? Okay. MJLB currently being pumped by Spam Mail, Ultra Track Systems, MJLB. Now this one is a stock that can run now. You got it. This one I've heard before. Let me see here. If I go back in time, I think I can see it. Yeah, there we go. This is a stock that can run. This is an old stock here. And I think they've had a split. They've had a split recently because I don't think that this was a $20 stock. They may have had a reverse split that TradingView is not calculating. But this has been pumped before back in 2014. Old stock, MJLB. Then yeah, this is an old play. But as you can see here, zooming in, great day today on MJLB. We'll see what happens with it. We'll definitely see what happens with it moving forward. All right. We'll see what happens with it moving forward on MJLB. You said it's buffering again? Man, are you fucking serious? Hold on, man. God damn. Hold on. MSRT works? Okay. Let me MJNA pull up one more thing here real quick. All right, really hard? Okay, man. We're about to close out the show in a bit. Yeah, we're Africa Emporium say no, it's not buffering a little bit. All right, we're gonna close out the show in a bit. I don't know, probably just let it go. I don't know what it is. Situation with today. Hopefully this is not gonna be a situation anymore. All right, because this system is clean as a whistle, man. I ain't got no shit on here to, But if I have to go back there and do another wipe, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, I may have to I don't know if I gotta wipe. Yeah, I've got to wipe my computer again. Because you got to remember the first time it kept doing it, I just had to wipe everything. I mean, fresh install everything. I couldn't tell what it was. Yeah, yes, Trading Jedi. There will be a show tomorrow because I wasn't on. So there will be a show tomorrow. Let me go ahead and end the show now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But it looks like I might just have to do a hard drive wipe or something. I don't know. Because that's what solved it the first time. So let me put these tickers out there that we've talked about now. And again, you guys know my apologies. You know, I hate the fact that this shit does that. You think I said I need 16, but here's the thing, Melissa, I have 64 gigs of RAM on this system. I have 64 gigs of RAM on this system right now. I don't even know if I don't even use half of that because I don't even go that hard. I mean, am I gonna have to put in 128? The 128 kit was like $1,000. The 64 gigabyte kit was like $560 or something like that, and I paid for that. I'm like, do I really have to get 128 gigs to stream? 704, you're on the air. What's up?
Oh, hey, it's Astrid. Just calling real quick before you shut off. So
Okay.
SIPC, I had mentioned that with when I was talking about WDRP. They formed a distribution. They formed a partnership with WDRP.
Oh.
So SIPC, they're the only hemp company that brews. What is it? Beer. It's like hemp ale or something. So I was asking, and in Discord, I was asking, okay, should I get out of WDRP and go into SIPC because SIPC is the one that, does the bear.
Okay.
And there are other drinks out there that have, the hemp and stuff, but they're mainly energy shots.
Okay.
So this is the only company that will produce, I guess, infused beer, hemp infused beer. So I'm watching my WDRP and SIPC at the same time because I'm in WDRP and WDRP. That's the company that I said I like their protein powder, and they have products that you can find at the Body Shop and stuff like that. And they just came out with their coffee. It's now on Amazon.com. But SIPC, like I said, theirs is the bear, hemp-infused bear.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much,
All
Astrid.
righty. Okay, have a good night.
All
Bye.
right, thank you, Astrid. And if this is the second stock she's put on the map for us, we got to start having Astrid to have her own damn section because she's out here making a killing on these picks here. All right. Somebody, Scott said, you said complain to my IP. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's been good except today. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that wiped though, because I probably need it. All right, and yeah, I got 2 hard drives, both of them 1 terabyte in this computer. I got the motherboard kit, the i7, whatever i7 level i7 it is. Then I got the 64 gigs of RAM. Then I got another hard drive, which is 2 1 terabyte hard drives. So this shit is a beast. Everybody I take my computer to, like, damn. And then I got the 1070 Founders Edition NVIDIA GTX card. Everybody's like, damn. Oh, Joseph, you guys were having the same issue on Friday? Okay. All right. And again, man, this show is brought to you by Equity Feed, the grateful donation of the people from Investors Hangout, Joe and David in the house. I don't think David's on, but I see Joe, you're in the chat room there from Investors Hangout. And of course from people like you. What was the PBS say of viewers like you? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and knock out a couple more tickers here. Couple more tickers because I really want us to give a stock that people can make some money off of tomorrow. 484, you on the air? What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal? It's Elvis. I called you last week. I don't have any stocks, but I was I want to help you out with your internet issue.
Okay.
How you running your internet to your computer?
I use a wire. It's wired to my internet. In fact, I had one that had the wireless built in, and then I went back and I got one of them where it's got a separate router and then a modem. So
my best advice is first is check the wire. If it's not the wire, it might be the modem is not getting all your internet, like all the internet that is available for you is not getting it. So first try your wire, buy a new wire, see if it's that, and if it isn't that, call your internet provider, whoever it is, and let them know, hey, I'm getting these, and they do a diagnosis through the telephone, and they figure out what it is. Because if you got the right megabytes to run through your, like me personally, I'm running 250 megabytes per second. So you should see if you could get higher, or if you have the max, it might be your modem. So they might just be like, oh, we're gonna send you a new one or whatever, and that might help.
All right.
So don't try to break your head with that, all right?
No problem.
I'm watching the show. I'm enjoying it. Keep doing your thing. I'm the same guy that was saying that anybody that makes $10 should give you 50 cents. So
yes,
I know
indeed.
you had a big laugh on that last week.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate it, man. Hey, are you the one? You're not the one that had the $5,000 on drives or something, did you? Like, were you that person?
No.
Okay.
I don't got 5,000 now.
Oh, okay.
My Pixar is AZFL.
Yes.
It's not doing that good, and I have the Lithium, I think it is, LEXG.
Yeah. The lithium play. Yep. Still waiting for that one to pop up. You had a good day today, though. I mean, that was a decent candlestick, though. That's
it's looking positive for me right now, but I gotta be patient, man. Just waiting for some news, man. Some news. That's all I'm waiting for.
All right, we'll see, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. Make sure you call your internet provider or just do the switch. Probably your wires. It's always usually something stupid that you just overthink sometimes.
Yeah.
Just check your wires, unplug or reset your modem. Sometimes that really helps when you reset your modem before you do your show. Just turn off your modem for 30 seconds, turn it back on. That usually helps. That really does help, believe it or not.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right, y'all. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Will do. Thank you for the call. 484. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm going to have to go get me a CompTIA A+ certification after this. I keep making fun of that certification because, in New York City, when I first moved there was this program where they were, if you were unemployed and you didn't have any job, which was my situation, they had this program where you can go in for 8 weeks and then they'll give you a CompTIA A+ and a network. And I went in, I signed up for the program, but I never ended up going in there. But they were going to give you the CompTIA A+ and a network, and then they had this program where you would go into different, jobs and do desktop support and shit. But since I couldn't afford to keep living in New York, I had to bounce. I couldn't afford another 8 weeks. I had to bounce. All right, so let's do a couple more, and then we'll be out of here. CBR, NYSE stock, 32 cents down. Hasn't gotten its gains, man. You got to have taken your gains before CBR. Nita Life, no, I went and I got Nita Life. I got the rented router, like when you get the internet and then you rent the router from them too. You think I should buy my own? But anyway, CBR down 32. Actually, no, it's a sideways day. You got the doji pattern CBR. Hopefully this is an indicator that indication, or if we get confirmation tomorrow anyway, that the buyers could be back in control here. So we'll be seeing on CBR what happens. Okay. Don Willis. Okay. All right. I can go buy my own. Okay, SFOR. Strikeforce Technologies. Okay, is Strikeforce back to winning again? If you guys remember, Strikeforce is always my go-to play to tell you how sometimes you can never ever, tell where these stocks are going to go. If you guys remember Strikeforce, this is that one. It was a 0007 back in June of 2016, and then got to as high as a penny, which represents 900%, actually 1100% gain, depending on where you got out at. But now back to a penny, looking to break out of those what was that, September and October highs. Actually sitting right on top of that October high. 443, you're on the air. What's up?
What's happening, Sal? This is Tim. I figured I'd call it, and I've been watching the show for about a week or so.
Oh, appreciate it, Tim. What you got for us, man?
Yeah, I was calling not to beat a dead horse or anything, but this thing is still alive. Anyway, PTON. That when I was checking it out, I was wondering what you thought about that new press release that came out, or the news that came out today, and what you think about that, and if you think the stock is going to keep running or not.
Okay, so pot in. Let me see here.
Yeah.
With their news release today, first quarter revenues exceed all of 2016 revenues combined. Oh, very impressive. I mean, that's the company's projected to generate 1.7 million in gross revenues for the first quarter of 2017, which makes sense because if you remember, we had a caller talked about how on Yahoo it brings up the auto company. The auto company was liquidated. Those assets were sold, and then they bought that Diamond CBD product, which I don't know if you were watching it when I was running the POTN ads, but the Diamond CBD product is kind of like, how to calm you, and you add it to your drinks and whatever. And some women use it to maintain their menstrual pain and all that stuff. Well, anyway, that is a pretty good seller out there on the West Coast as well as in Florida. So it makes sense for them to be able to say that and justifying it against the revenues from when the auto company was still in business, which I don't even believe it had a legitimate auto operation going. So, yeah, that makes sense. Right. I mean, that absolutely makes sense that the company is saying that. So, absolutely.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So you think this thing is going to keep rolling, or you think this thing is pretty
man,
much...
at this point, man, I can't say, man. I can't say. This is way beyond where I thought the stock would go. As I said before, 4 cents, 3 cents maybe, but 6 cents? Man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Is this out of the park?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Al. I just wanted to call in and had a quick question.
Not a problem.
A lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Call back anytime, man. Call back anytime. Okay, Joe, you said you definitely would. Don't hand out quality. Okay, yeah, I'll go get my own then. You're right, Joe. And Trading Jedi. Yeah, they always get the shitty low end stuff. You're right. Free stock charts is not freestockcharts.com is real time for the ETFs. But it's not real time for OTCs and many of your other low-end NASDAQ plays. But I do notice that it's real time for your ETFs, the SPYs, the world, all right, the bigger ones. And then some other stocks like Google, Amazon, shit like that. But you're not going to get, MKAU real time. It's just not going to happen. ONCI. All right, ONCI. This is a stock that I've been following. As you can see here, hit my 0011 today. 40% gain for that stock. All right, I got a lot going on there on the screen there, but up 40% today on ONCI. Beautiful candlestick. Absolutely beautiful candlestick with today's move. So we'll see what ONCI does. This was again another stock that had a doji. You had the gravestone doji first, then you had the doji, and then this is, you want to talk about confirmation. You can't ask for anything better than that. So the bulls definitely in control right now. ONCI. We'll see whether or not tomorrow is more green. Okay. ERBB. American Green. If you guys remember, American Green was the company that had the marijuana coin-operated machines. I'm not sure if they actually did implement them, but they were the company that came out with the whole marijuana coin-operated machines. I don't even know if they were actually federally allowed or not, that you can sell marijuana through a coin-operated machine. All right. What else is comparable to TradingView? I don't. Website? Who is real time for OTCs? Your broker. But as for a website, charting wise, TradingView obviously is just $20 a month though. I think it's like $30 a month. This is $30 a month, including the free charts. Thinkorswim is real time for OTCs. Oh yeah, and that's free too, right? With a TD account, and that's free. Let me see here. Did we take a look at? We took a look at the ONCI. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that one. I love that double 11 setup. Obviously, you got some other ones that we have a little bit more priority right now. All right, MGTK. And as I said earlier, I'll be back on tomorrow because I was not on Monday. And we'll wrap up the week strong every day this week. MJTK, dollar, okay, just 0.1% gain today. But we'll see, man. MGTK is, you're getting lower lows here, which is what you don't want to see. And that angle, right now you're hanging at that 0.0075. You need to stay above 0075 to stay alive here. Okay. You need to stay above that. Like psych, what is my internet speed? What type of router I have? I have no idea on all that stuff. I have an Eris. It says Eris router. I'll go and replace all this stuff, man. You brainiacs know what you're talking about when it comes to that IT stuff. So I just follow directions. Let me see. But right now we're doing really well. So maybe it was a momentary thing. Let me not jinx it. Knock on wood. GRNH 0.06. GRNH, very similar to hemp. A stock that's, very bearish. Got the doji pattern, then confirmation. Damn, look at that beautiful play too. Doji at 0.005. All right, then you got the spinning top. Then what looked like it was almost like a hammer, but it does have a wick at the top. So nice play right now, GRNH. It's going in the right direction. All right, a little bit of indecisiveness on that candlestick today, though. So we're still on the hunt for the 20-day moving average, which is 7 cents a share. Yeah, everybody press like on this. We were actually near at 200, Ricky Lindo. Almost at 200 before the internet started fucking up. But not bad, man. Not bad. I like that play, GRNH, but we'll see tomorrow what it looks like. Because you had bearish momentum, but you still had bullish candlesticks. A little bit of divergence here because the candlesticks, the moving averages, the EMAs were saying that the bears, were still in control. But you're getting a crossover finally. I almost got my wish. I thought I was going to get my wish and that the market was going to come crashing down. Unfortunately, we had a rebound today. And, that's why we had so much green in the market today. Let's see. Still a lot of indecisiveness on Sprint. If you guys remember, we were talking about about a week ago, Sprint T-Mobile supposedly combining. Nothing's been confirmed on that just yet. There's just a lot of talk right now. NXTH. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, Joe. Even though, a lot of these, they say unlimited, no data caps, but I stream every single night at 1080p. I stream every single night at 1080p, so I know I'm a bandwidth killer. And then after I'm done streaming, I'm also seeding, my torrents throughout the night. So I already know, I could be using as much as anywhere between 20 to 30 terabytes, 20 to 30 terabytes maybe every 2 weeks. Maybe. I don't know. Something like that. It's crazy. I know I use a lot of data, though. You said I most likely want more cash from you. Okay. I mean, I'll have to do what I got to do. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. VGPR. If you guys remember VGPR, we had this guy come in the chat room the other day, and he said, "Hey, VGPR, this is the stock to buy. This is the stock to buy." Blah blah blah. Hasn't done anything since. And again, man, people can tell, potential than when frauds, and unfortunately, nobody jumped onto that. You need to buy a Hostess Twinkie stock. GIGL. See here, what's the daily? All right, GIGL setting up like POTN. All right, look at that. Hanging on to that 20-day moving average. Still above the 4 and 8, so sticking there. And GIGL still doing very well. If you guys remember, they hired Jillian Michaels to advertise for them. They're still doing very well. GIGL, 20 cents a share now. 920, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, sir? JB85.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, so I was calling because I had came across this thing. So I had saw on CNBC that Oxford University was trying to lead, in the medical marijuana industry, and they were coming out with their own, own little ticker and stuff like that for doing the weed. But I had looked into the company. It's Kingley's Capital Partners, and they're supposed to be going public in May. And they sent me an email and said that you can do, early investments and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, I kind of want to put that out there for anybody who wants to look into that. It's Kingleaf Capital Partners.
Kingleaf Capital Partners. And what's the name of the university supposed to be behind this?
Oxford University.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I know that's one of the biggest schools, I believe, in England or something, right?
Yeah. That's one of the biggest. That's the biggest one out there in England. So, I guess they already put like 10 million into it, and they're supposed to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But they're supposed to have the Oxford and another dispensary opening up in Nevada and California. But like I said, when I contacted the company to see how I can invest into them, they said they're not going public until May. Mm-hmm. But I guess you could invest into them while they're private right now. So they gave me like a disclosure form that I had to sign and everything.
Uh-huh.
But I guess I kind of wanted to put that out there for everybody before I get into that.
And how much are they asking for? Because usually if they ask if you want to go and be public is typically you'd have to be a large investor. I mean, how much are they asking for?
Yeah, I like I said, I haven't signed a disclosure yet or anything or looked into it. I just kind of want to put that out there for everybody before I did do something like that.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call, JB.
No problem at
all. All right, so appreciate.
Oh, hey, Sal.
Yeah.
Hey, so that VGPR, whatever, that Vega Biofuel.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when the guy called in? He said that he was the guy who called in about POTN. But when the guy about POTN called in, you was talking like that was your friend, like you knew who the guy was. So that was a whole different person.
No, this guy, he was the guy in POTN, but I know he wasn't working with the same. He wasn't working with me, and he wasn't working with another guy who was in it on POTN as well. So I knew that on VGPR he didn't have the same pull on that stock that he had on POTN. That's why when he was talking about it, I was like, I just gotta let him do his thing.
Yeah. Because I can tell how when you call, you was like, what you got? All right.
Yeah.
When he called the last time, you was like, hey, this is my man right here. I was like, okay.
Right.
So it was like a whole different So yeah, I was just okay. Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate it. Yep. So
No problem.
appreciate Jay Bino for the call. Yeah, when he called up, man, he didn't have. There's another guy that I know who's got like 50,000 people on his email list, and then I've got about 27,000. And you know, I knew us together we were going to put some money on POTN, but himself, I know his list is burned. Like he doesn't have anybody. All you know, he calling my show, but he ain't pulling no dollars. So, but I respect the guy. So, and he brings some good deals once in a while, and I just let him call up and do his spiel. All right. But what was that BLTO? If you guys remember BLTO, the bingo company where we were laughing at, by the way, last week. All right, last week you guys were laughing at. This was last week Friday, so it's been 7 days now. BLTO. Some of you guys were laughing at it. You ain't laughing anymore. BLTO opened up at $1 a share, now at $1.59. Decent volume too, by the way. 400,000 shares for OTC stock. 400,000 shares being averaged now in BLTO, now at $1.59. Okay, you guys remember that? I remember that. Okay, DNR. I'm not in it, but I've been impressed with what he's been doing. And not the same guy I'm talking about. This is another guy. That was Penny Stock Profit on BLTO. You can Google him and sign up for his alerts. DNR, Denbury Resources, 242. All right. This is another one, very bearish. And now the bulls are finally taking over here. Hopefully you get that cross tomorrow. All right, with the 4 will come eventually over the 8. You're right under the 20-day moving average in the stock here. Here's the 20-day. All right, so here we go with some of these oil companies that have been just, you know, being eaten alive. As you guys know, oil has been having a hard time. Oil's been having a hard time, so we'll see what happens with that. I saw your, what's that, Michael B. I saw your CRTN. CRTN, I don't know what, let me see here. What do you see in that? Because it looks like you're hanging right here at support at $1.11. You know, your support there is at that, I want to say, that 108, 109 level. Going back to February. So you're barely hanging on for dear life there. Let me know what you see in it. Let me know what you see in it. Live life. Yes, you are live, sir. SFOR. Again, I just want to knock out some things real quick. Yeah, we talked about SFOR. That's, again, a beautiful, beautiful chart. Doing very well, SFOR. All right. Very similar setup to USRM right now. Very similar setup. LODE. LODE. All right. Nah, I still don't like LODE right now because it's got to figure out what it's going to do. Unless, Ryan, you know some information I don't know, if it's up after hours or something. Travi was like, hell no. Yeah, we know what's going on with MKAU. Everybody says it's live, but I went to the website. Still looks like, I mean, it doesn't look like anything happened. Doesn't look like anything happened in MKAU. When I go to the website, it looks exactly the same. So when they say it went live, what happened? He said Trump should make options mandatory in OTC. He said we'll be trillionaires. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, you buy an option on a, for example, something like on POTN, now it's up 600%. That's the stock. Can you imagine the option? That'd be like 6,000. All right. Okay, let me see here. All right, so let me go ahead and put these stocks out. Obviously, this is not everything. Many of you guys have already gotten the stocks we've talked about today. This is not everything. This is the ICM SFOR, Strike Force Technologies. CEGX, I remember promote. Oh, no, this is not. Okay, this is another. I thought this was going to be a stock that I remember promoting. I think that was CFGX. Yeah, CFGX was a stock that I promoted a long time ago. Where is it at now? 0002. Okay. Somebody brought up CEGX. Cardinal Energy Group, 0015. 0015. Yeah, don't know anything about Cardinal Energy Group. These OTC energy companies. BTUUQ. I don't know if Bill Betts is still in the house or not, but man, BTUUQ. You know, last couple of days have been pretty nice, man. Last couple of days have been pretty nice for, you know, I don't even like the Qs like that. You guys know we don't even like, you know, these bankrupt companies trading in the Qs. But, I mean, from $1.60 to $2.22 with volume over 1 million shares traded, that's very impressive over the course of just 7 days. All right, over the course of just 7 days. All right. So again, my sincere apologies to our situation earlier. It looks like things are a lot better now. I'll definitely look into, you know, a lot of the tips that you guys gave me here on the show, including getting my own little router, you know, off eBay. I'm already Googling it now, and I do see some at some good prices here. So I appreciate that. Go ahead and click like on this video. Go ahead and click like on this video right now. If you saw stocks, this is your first time. Can't donate $1, donate a like. But with that being said, man, great show. I'll be back tomorrow. I wasn't here on Monday, so I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll knock out the week together. BTUUQ on the screen now. All right. PIP, yeah, PIP looking to explode. Add that to the list. I didn't even put that on there. PIP looking to explode. We brought that up, which was the one that he brought up another one too. Bad Scientists. I believe it was RGSE. RGSE? Yeah, RGSE also similar setup too. Looking like those two, you know, possibly could explode here. So I'll be watching those. Today's biggest gainers on the NASDAQ are definitely the ones to watch tomorrow, pre-market. If those of you who trade pre-market. For the penny side, obviously USRM and many of the other ones that put up, you know, 100% today. When I mentioned pre-market, IMMU. Oh, my God, IMMU. I mean, absolutely beautiful tear. Look at that. Look at that chart, man. Look at that chart, man. Oh. That's a beautiful chart. That's a beautiful chart. We had a guy bring up KBSF. KBSF is one I'd like to watch tomorrow because that has a very similar setup to a run that it did previously using the same exact candlestick. So that's going to be on my radar. All right. Not the cheapest stock in the world, but, you know, it can put up some numbers. All right. So with that being said, let me get up out of here. And who else is in the chat room right now? Robert Paulo. Alex Montez. Relative 9696. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody who called up, Astrid, Jay Bino, just off the top of the dome, Mr. Lloyd. Everybody who called up, man, I appreciate you. Arnold, you coming in late. I hope you just didn't show up. Michael B, appreciate it, man. Hey, Michael B, I'd love for you to call up one day, man. K. Harvey, thank you for the call, too. Brian Knight, Bad Scientist, thank you as well for the call, sir. L. Yeti. Dominic Wills, appreciate the tip, man. Muddy Wolf. Astrid, Timothy Oglesby. R.D. Buckley, Sir Rock Jones, Need a Life Soon, Linux, Adam Willis, Willie Gilchrist. I see you found my show, Willie. Yes, I see you found my show. Metatron, The Headache, Ricky Lindo, 3 Hooks. Travie, I saw Travie in the house earlier. Ricky Lindo. S. Trucker, appreciate it, man. So again, guys, my apologies for the technical issues. All right. I'll be back in the house tomorrow. Hopefully, none of that, will be happening. I'll try to take care of that during the day. With that being said, happy trading tomorrow. Safe trading. Don't be afraid to be a little aggressive, man. Don't be afraid to lose a little bit of money, okay? Got to make some money, and unfortunately, losing money kind of goes with the territory. But I know I hate it when I make money, and then my biggest regret is I didn't go in a little bit bigger. And I'm not saying a lot bigger, but just a little bit bigger. All right? That's always my biggest regret when I'm in profit. Because I know I could have gone in a little bit more, but hey, we do that to ourselves, and it's okay. All right? Yes, indeed. So I appreciate it. Join us in the Discord room. The Discord room has been popping, man. Shout out to Africa Emporium, Astrid, and everybody else, K. Harvey, and so many you other people who are making the Discord room the place to be for beginners and people who want to trade tickers during the day and anytime, really. People posting, results, people posting, places to watch. I want to say it's probably the best free chat room besides the live show on the internet right now in terms of stocks. All right. The Discord room, let me go ahead and give you the link. That's the link to it right there. Appreciate that, Stock Skilla. Good night, beautiful. Coralie, I appreciate you. Thanks you for watching. Yeah, there it is right there. Let me get up out of here, folks. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow.